Welcome back to Movies TV Man. Of course, you can follow me on Twitter at Movies TV Man. And welcome to Tuesday's edition of the dceu Daily. Brand recognition is important. Coca-Cola has it. Nivea face cream has it. McDonald's has it. That is brand recognition. The newly formed Warner Brothers Discovery have said that the current dceu, the DC live action universe, has no brand recognition. They concede some films have done well, but that's not good enough. Bat Super first. Welcome, Bat Super. So that's what brand recognition is, and I think we can all concede that the Hamadaverse, the bastardized version of Snyder's DCEU, doesn't have enough brand recognition. Aquaman isn't a huge brand. Shazam isn't a huge brand. Birds of Prey isn't a huge brand. Wonder Twins isn't a huge brand. That's why the movie was cancelled by the newly formed Warner Brothers Discovery. But when the DCEU started with Zack Snyder, it had brand recognition. The first entry point to this franchise, being a Superman movie, was very important. That is brand recognition. No matter what you think of Snyder and Man of Steel, Superman is brand recognition. There's no one, whether they like the character or not, who doesn't know that insignia, that Superman insignia, that S shield. It's recognizable all over the world. Another character that has brand recognition is Batman. We saw the reaction to Matt Reeves' The Batman. Of course, it's not just a case of making movies and introducing movies about the most famous superheroes. It's all about the execution. And the Batman's execution is perfect. It's such a differently made movie. Matt Reeves had this idea of doing a detective noir drama because that's what Batman is in his essence. You strip him down. You take away all the things we've seen in films in the past, the overly exposed technology, gadgets, and you've got the real Batman from the comic books, from the Detective Comics, the original DC. That's what DC stands for, Detective Comics, right? The irony there isn't lost on me. So we've got a brand new franchise by Matt Reeves. The first movie is one of the most brand recognizable characters of all time, not just in DC, not just in Marvel, but in fiction. So the first entry of this brand new franchise is actually recognizable. Fidel Leon Gomez, I told you, mate, they were going to cancel everything. Hamada and J.J. Abrams. Yes, you were correct, and I agree with you. I discussed this on last night's Movies TV Mad Live. They don't want Titans. They don't want Doom Patrol. They don't want Arrowverse. The J.J. Abrams stuff is done. Wonder Woman 3 is done. Rewind the Times. Hey, bud, welcome back. Busy morning. So brand recognition is important. So why don't they want these other offshoot universes? Fidel Leon Gomez, Man of Steel 2, is coming. I hope you're right about that. Nothing would make me more happier. If I knew that officially right now, I would take off my shirt, I would take off my trousers, and I'd start dancing around in my boxers, and I would be very excited. And you could see my fucking excitement. Balconator, is Hamada out of the company, or they're just cancelling his future plans? Hamada will be out as the president of DC Films. Hamada will be returned to New Line Cinema. He will continue to run their horror division as he was before. Fidel Leon Gomez, announcement soon, May 18th or 20th. Rewind the Times. Titans just finished wrapping on season 4 and Peacemaker 2 got renewed. Are we still getting them? I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. I mean, obviously James Gunn is a very famous, popular director. You would say yes. But the way that Discovery are being so brutal and ruthless and creating this bloodbath, you just can't put your hand on your heart and say this is definitely going to be a thing. So brand recognition is very important. And Superman and Batman have it. Now, it's my hunch that everything will be channeled via Matt Reeves' The Batman universe, his Earth. So they'll definitely, I feel, introduce the Superman movie they're planning via that universe. For those of you who don't want this to happen, and we've heard what Matt Reeves said, that he just wants to focus on Batman. Matt Reeves can focus on Batman. His movies don't have to be interfered with. Just because other characters will be introduced into that universe, it doesn't mean it interferes with Matt Reeves' freedom. But because of what they're doing, I can't see any other way by channeling Matt Reeves' universe as the new DC Extended Universe and introducing new characters, new ideas, and new movies and TV shows from it. It makes sense. But as I say, it doesn't have to interfere with what Matt Reeves is doing with his HBO Max spin-offs and his movies. Because I would think if there's another universe being planned, that Matt Reeves' stuff itself would be under threat. And I can't see them going so ruthlessly and doing that. That really would be ruthless. So we'll have to wait and see. So if they want to keep Matt Reeves around, it would make sense to talk to him and say, listen, we want to introduce Superman, we want to introduce a Wonder Woman in this universe, but it won't interfere with what you want to do. Balconator, I really want more. Peacemaker Balconator, yeah, hopefully it begins with Pattinson's universe. It can be a really fresh start for a new universe, yeah. So they don't want all these offshoots. They don't want Joker 2. They don't want this. They don't want that. They just want one universe, and that's what brand recognition is. And the reason why they just want one universe with no other TV shows, from other universes, other offshoot movies from other universes, because it confuses the public. That's why they want to do away with the multiverse strategy, because it's confusing. One universe that everything comes out of with brand recognition, so they're going to go for the very famous characters. That makes sense, but that won't be enough. The execution is very, very important here. Fidel Leon Gomez, I heard they want to reboot the Arrowverse and incorporate them in DCU with the same key actors like Marvel is doing with their Netflix, for example, actor Charlie Cox. Not sure about that one. Scott Edwards, what's up? Good morning, Scott. Villager, wait, so Joker 2 isn't going to happen? I'm hearing they don't want anything. They don't want any offshoots. They just want one universe. Villager, so you're saying that Pattinson will be the DCEU Batman? There will be no DCEU. The DCEU will be gone. Everything will be gone. There'll be a new universe. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm hearing in part. Again, as we know, these things can be mistaken. It may be totally different to what I'm thinking. It may be they just may keep the DCEU, get rid of everything else after Flashpoint, and keep Superman and Batman and start again. They could literally do anything here. One thing's for sure, they want to focus on Superman and Batman. And why it makes sense to me to focus with all this in with Matt Reeves' universe, because the first movie they've introduced is Batman. So it wouldn't be that hard to introduce a Superman within that universe. Fidel, where are we? Fidel Gomez, I heard they will know. I'm lost. Fidel Leon Gomez, Stephen Amell will be the DCEU Green Arrow again, but as an older Arrow who already exists in the DCEU, I would definitely like that. Scott Edwards, how would you wrap up Arrowverse? As I told you yesterday when you asked me the same question, they already wrapped it up in Crisis on Infinite Earths. Fidel Leon Gomez, no Batman movie with Ben Affleck is coming. We will see. We will see. We will see. I'd love that to be true. But I think one of the problems that they have, that everything's too confusing. People don't know what's canon. You've got the Hamadaverse, you've got the Snyderverse, you've got Arrowverse, you've got Titans, you've got, Doom Patrol. And they don't like that element. They want one. They want one contained, extended universe. So everyone knows what's going on. Basically, I'm not saying they want to do exactly what the MCU do, but what they want to do is have one defined universe and using the most recognizable characters at first. Villager, I say that the DCU and Mattverse should combine, and that will be the new DC movie lineup. Audiences will eat up Pattinson, Balconator, Joker looks like one movie thing, while the Batman is looking like it's about to set up a potential new universe. That's the point. So that makes sense because people have responded well. And it's Batman. He is a recognizable IP and brand. So it would make sense to continue everything from that franchise. Scott Edwards, what do you think of the Doctor Strange 2 reactions? Well, a few people have been honest and said it's not that great. It's a very mid movie. Some people are saying it's the best thing ever. I believe the people who are saying it's mid more than the people saying it's the best thing ever. But Super, do you think they will recast Cavill? There's as much of a possibility of Cavill coming back as Cavill not coming back and then recasting. It's 50-50 right now. Fidel Leon Gomez, Man of Steel 2, Batman vs. Deathstroke, The Wonder Woman 3, all in 2024. This will kick off the new DCEU. It will not be a reboot, just a relaunch. Balconator, the door's open for a new DCEU on the Patterson universe. Yeah, I believe that would make sense if it was me and if I was in charge and if Matt Reeves was agreeable without me interfering with what he's doing within his Batman universe of this franchise. Some people are saying, yeah, but his universe is kind of really drawn down. It hasn't got supernatural elements to it. Well, as I said yesterday, the planet Earth, you have Cyprus, a really sunny country, rocky country, sandy country, beachy country. You have the UK, a really green country, a really cold country. The whole world doesn't have the same tone, does it? So that is the same thing with a DC universe. Fidel Leon Gomez, Cavill will be so is Ben Affleck. They never left. Well, they kind of didn't officially leave, but yeah, I know what you're saying. Look, I want to believe everything you're saying. We will have to wait and see. But clearly it will be, listen, if they want to focus on Batman and Superman, they've already got a Batman and Superman that a lot of people like. In Ben Affleck, in Henry Cavill, they could go that way. They may not recast Ben Affleck. Fidel may be right. This would be the easier way of doing it. You already have a recognizable Batman and Superman there. Why not use them? That's one thing that maybe they're thinking of doing. We'll have to wait and see. Scott Edwards, everything after Crisis on Infinite Earths in Arrowverse have just felt kind of forced in a way. Yep, a bit like the MCU, but Superman and Lois and Armageddon event are very solid. I agree there. Bat Super, there was a Gotham newspaper on the set of Batman that referenced a certain someone in the Metropolis sky. It's not canon unless they want it to, but it's interesting. Yeah, there was that newspaper thing. Was that in the movie Bat Super or was that in a deleted scene? You're talking about the Batman, aren't you? Yeah, that's interesting. I always said pre the Batman release that I think that Matt Reeves is interested in introducing Superman to that world. Anyway, J.J. Abrams and Matt Reeves are friends. J.J.'s supposed to be producing this Superman movie. Maybe they may force J.J. to write and direct that Superman movie himself. We'll have to wait and see. But as I say, we do have a Batman and Superman that are recognizable, that are brand recognition. So if you could do something special with them, why not? We'll have to wait and see. So I do believe they just want one recognizable universe. So you've got, I mean, they could, I suppose, have a DCEU and have Matt Reeves' Batverse as separate. They could do that. Balconator, Pattinson's Batman is about to rise. If we get a new Superman movie that is connected to the Batman universe, that's a guaranteed new DCEU. And I believe that could be the way they would go. Scott Edwards, keep Tyler as Superman. Yeah, that's another interesting situation, Scott. I'm not too sure about that one. So, because they may not feel he's good enough to be, you know, a main Superman in a movie timeline. Bat Super, it wasn't in the movie, I don't think, but they had it on set. Seems like Superman exists in the Batman universe, at least in Reeves' mind. Well, we know in the novelization that there's LexCorp, there's Metropolis. So, yes, that element, the Superman universe, does exist in Matt Reeves' world. Scott Edwards, we'll find out a lot at the upfront presentations on May the 18th and 19th. We certainly will. Fidel Leon Gomez, this is what was told to be Discovery wants to sell in 10 years. They can't reboot because they don't have 10 years to restart. There's no guarantee money will reboot. They're going to do what works. You could be right. You could be right. Your information could be solid. But even if you rebooted, you could very quickly develop something special. Villager, maybe Reeves will add Easter eggs, but he will keep the movies only Batman canon. Fidel Leon Gomez, Zack's movies work and Matt Reeves' Batman has market. Scott Edwards, sounds like the Multiverse of Madness totally ruins Wanda's character. A lot of people think that Wanda is the best thing about that movie. I don't think Wanda should be the best thing about a Doctor Strange movie. But there you go. Wanda's a good, solid character. There's no question about that. Balconator, LexCorp and Metropolis exists and mentioned in the Matt Reeves universe. That's like teasing a Superman. Exactly. I always felt that Matt was interested in introducing his version of Superman into that universe. So, you know, obviously they have their own ideas. Warner Brothers Discovery, the newly formed Warner Brothers Discovery, they have options. They can use Matt Reeves' universe and just have that one universe. They can keep Matt Reeves' universe and do something else, like have a DCEU and Matt Reeves' universe separate. But definitely one of their priorities, the most important thing they want to do is do established characters that everybody knows. They want money and they want money now. They bought and they merged with Warner Media on debt. They do own money. They want to make money as soon as possible, and the DCIP is the way to do it. But that means they have to get the right people to make these movies. Bat Super, I just remembered Matt said in a tweet or an article several years back that Batman exists in the wider DC universe, even though it doesn't connect in the Batman-owned movies. Scott Edwards, you think they'll do a Flash and a Superman crossover next season? Oof, I don't know. I don't know, Scott. It could happen. Who knows? Rewind the times. Doctor Strange 2 definitely didn't ruin her character. I've seen it. I felt bad, if anything, for Doctor Strange. He was pushed to the back seat in his own movie. Exactly. That's what they're doing now. They're going to push female leads in the male-led movies. That's his plan. It means, A, he doesn't have to give women leading movies because he knows that there's no money in it. But he thinks, why not just squeeze them there? It's still representation, right? And these dumb fucks can't see through it. Villager, that's what I was afraid of. I love Doctor Strange as a character, so do I. Bat Super, maybe Coach Superman script will move into Reeves vs. Superman. That could be something that they're planning. Fidel Leon Gomez, anyone know who is the surprise cameo in the Flash Season 8 finale? Yes. Very exciting. They have teased the hugest appearance by a DC character. Could it be Ezra Miller again? Or could it be another member of the DCEU? Or could it be an exciting member of the Arrowverse team? Could it be Stephen Amell's Oliver Queen? That will be the hugest cameo within those characters, and I think it would uplift the Arrowverse because Arrowverse needs Oliver Queen back. If it's fucking Felicity, forget it. I'm not interested. Who the fuck wants to see Felicity? She ruined the Arrow TV show anyway. But if Oliver Queen is coming back, count me in. Take my money now. I'll see that. Bat Super, a Golden Age Superman could fit well with a grounded Batman. Exactly. Just because it's Golden Age, it doesn't mean it has to be set in war times. It could be set in the modern day. Scott Edwards, I've read either Superman or Stargirl. I suppose Superman and Lois. Superman could be cool, but not as... Even though I love Superman, I think having Oliver Queen back would be huge. And they said it was huge. Rewind times. Stargirl isn't that huge. Rewind the times. I hope it's Green Arrow. Yes, so do I. Balconator, who is the actor do you want to play as Superman if we ever get a new one in the Matt Reeves verse? Austin Butler, who's playing Elvis Presley. He's tall. He's beautiful looking. I'm not that way inclined, by the way, but I appreciate my fellow men if they're attractive. So women would love him. Austin Butler to play the next Superman in a movie written and directed by Sam Raimi. You heard it here first. Scott Edwards on Melissa Benoist's Supergirl. That would be kind of big, I suppose, but not as big as Oliver Queen. Fidelio Gomez, I heard the new Superman script wasn't done and was garbage. They're not doing it. That's interesting because last week they leaked that it would be a Golden Age movie. That's interesting. Villager, Austin Butler, hot as Elvis. Yeah, definitely. As I say, I'm not that way inclined, but I do appreciate my fellow man. So basically, Fidel, I want you to keep on this channel and come on here as much as possible and feed me with information that you're getting. You can DM me on @MoviesTVMad on Twitter if you've got news, substantial news, not bullshit, but substantial news. I'll take it. So I'd like definitely to have you involved. I can't pay you, by the way. I can pay you with my love. Scott Edwards, I think the cameo will be the last scene. Yes, I think that's definitely something that's going to happen. Make it be Stephen Amell, because the way this woman was talking on Twitter, she was saying it's huge. I don't think Supergirl's that huge. I don't think Stargirl's that huge. And even though I love Superman and he's my character, I don't think Superman is that huge. But I think Oliver Queen is huger. Villager, Mick already said that they threw out some Superman script. Yeah. I said a few weeks ago that they weren't doing that. It could be that they're redefining Ta-Nehisi Coates' script, even kicking him out and getting JJ to write and direct the movie. I want Sam Raimi. I want Sam Raimi and I want Austin Butler. Fidelio Gomez, I saw an article that said last week that said future Oliver was showing up again. The article was poor. I can't find it no more. Cool, I hope that's the case. Stephen Amell has been hinting recently as well. Doesn't mean much because these people want to work. He's doing well in his wrestling thing. But we will see. We will see. I would love to see Stephen Amell in the live action universe, in the movie universe. He will be a great. That guy is tailor-made for Arrow movies. Fidel Leon Gomez, yes, the plot leak for Superman who couldn't fly. Yes, Superman couldn't fly in the original Action comics, so that's actually canon. That's actually source, being faithful to the source material. Scott Edwards, could it be setting up next season's crossover? Also, something's going to happen on Superman and Lois. Villager, there was a script for a Superman who couldn't fly. Yes, Superman couldn't fly in the original comics, Sir Villager. Bat Super, do you think the Flash trailer will drop this week to try and take attention away from Doctor Strange? I don't think they're going to show us a Flash trailer for quite a while because the film is so far away, but you never know. I think we'll definitely get Shazam! Fury of the Gods and, of course, Black Adam because that's the next movie. Fidel Leon Gomez, I send you stuff on Twitter. You don't respond. Check your Twitter log. Okay. It's because I don't respond to DMs from random people. You need to follow me. What are you called? Fidel Leon Gomez on Twitter. If I recognize your name, I'm more liable to check the DMs, but there's a lot of weirdos on social media, so I do avoid DMs, but I will have a look. So yeah, that's what they want to do. That's why Superman and Batman are going to be a thing. But this is why I'm quite certain they're going to go through Reeves' universe, because I don't think they want a multitude of different universes. If, he said, David Zaslav has said he wants loads of Superman, loads of Batman, and loads of Wonder Woman. So he can't create yet another Batman. He can't create another Superman. It could be too confusing. So it's either a new Superman and nothing else, and a new Batman, which is there already, or totally starting again, or bringing back Cavill and Affleck would be easy. So if they don't involve them within the Reeveverse, so that means they would need to redefine the DCEU and kind of just strip it clean of everything else but Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman. Could that be a thing? Could the current DCEU be stripped away of everything apart from Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman? Could that be something they do within the Flash movie when they start reshoots? It could be. Please smash a like. Fidel Leon Gomez, I send you stuff on Twitter. Yo, no, I've already checked that. So yeah. So I think there's options here of stripping away everything in the current DCEU apart from Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman. That would be a good idea. So if they are bringing back Affleck and Cavill, because as someone said, they're there. People know who they are. It's interesting, isn't it? It's interesting what they're going to do, because I'm not quite sure what they're definitely going to do, but there's clean ways of doing it and there's messy ways of doing it. Of course, Fidel Leon Gomez, nothing original. There was a TV show that they cancelled called Metropolis. It was going to be on DC Universe, but never got off the ground. They copied the new Superman film based off. Scott Edwards, did you ever watch Once Upon a Time? I loved Once Upon a Time. Well, I liked it at first. Then they went and tried to make the evil Queen a good character, and I hated it. It was more about romance and interesting characters and character development. But the first season was absolutely fantastic. The second season was okay. Then it drifted into something else. I liked the Once Upon a Wonderland spin-off as well, which didn't do very well, but I liked it. So yes, it was a great concept. It was from the people who created Lost, or some people who created Lost. It was a great idea. They had the flashbacks in the fairy tale world. They were trapped in the modern day. It was a really good concept. I think the first season was the best. Then they lost their shit. It didn't work for me in the end. Fidel Leon Gomez, Villager, yes, he didn't fly because he didn't fly in the original comics. Either he jumped from skyscraper to skyscraper. But yeah, so there's lots of options, but definitely they're looking for Superman and Batman and Wonder Woman. They're the characters. Now, they've got Gal Gadot, they've got Robert Pattinson, and they've got Henry Cavill. So what they could do to clean all of this up is just bin everything, like I've been saying, but don't have individual franchises and say, right, Henry Cavill's Superman is his own universe. There's no one else. He just makes his own self-contained movies. Ben Affleck makes self-contained Batman movies. Or something else that could be a better idea, if they want to keep Reeves away from it, is do a Superman and a Batman movie where they're together as friends fighting some threat. That would be a big movie as well. A Batfleck and a Cavill Superman movie, them teaming up. But even better here, they could do a Holy Trinity movie and have Cavill Superman, Batfleck, and Gadot's Wonder Woman all in the same movie. They could reconstruct Wonder Woman 3 to be that film. That could be their first entry point. It's going to be interesting to see what they're going to do. But I do feel they're going to strip everything away apart from Reeves' universe and kind of rebuild the DCEU. So, and I think stripping away everything else from the DCEU and just focusing on Wonder Woman, Batman, and Superman could be good. It's going to be interesting here how they do this. Because if they're thinking by keeping the DCEU and just doing lots of Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman and forgetting about everything else, that's a bit messy. Because where are the other characters, right? So they definitely want to look at Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman. But there's got to be a defined way of doing it. Otherwise, it's still not going to work. Fidel Leon Gomez, I would like to see a DC Rebirth series, Matt Reeves, Batman, and J.J. Abrams, Superman, and new Wonder Woman would be interesting. Scott Edwards, I am glad Legends got cancelled. There was no saving that show at this point. Hope White Canary returns, though. Fidel Leon Gomez, but I'm told, no, it's not happening. They like the mature Superman storyline. It's different than Marvel. Scott Edwards, I think Zaslav is cleaning up house. Thank God. Yes, he's cleaning up house. He wants one defined universe, recognizable characters. That's why Wonder Twins was cancelled. Villager, so do you think Wonder Woman 3 will happen? Screw Patty for ruining our huge female superhero. Fidel Leon Gomez, Man of Steel, BVS, Zack Snyder's Justice League, all different than anything Marvel's done. Absolutely, I agree. So, Wonder Woman 3. I think it will be, listen, it's difficult right now because we don't know what they want to do. Are they going to cancel the DCEU? Are they going to restructure the franchise and just focus on Wonder Woman, Batman, and Superman? If they do that, what I think, Villager, is that they'll just ignore everything else and just focus on Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman. They could do that. And I think they will restructure Wonder Woman 3 if they're keeping that version of Wonder Woman around. Fidel Leon Gomez, Man of Steel, I know, read that. Fidel Leon Gomez, Wonder Woman 3 is happening, just being rewritten for it to fit into Snyderverse. They don't want any other 84. That means Patty will be gone. Rewind the times. Would you be shocked if he said, we're going to continue the vision of Hamada going forward, but redoing it, fixing it so it makes more sense. I'm just thinking of every scenario. That is a possibility, but how do you do that? Because people are, what I'm saying is there's no brand, the only people excited for every DCEU movie now is us, a few DC fans. The mainstream audience that come into the MCU and other stuff are not interested. That's the problem. So they could redevelop the DCEU, but to me, the DCEU, ever since Snyder's gone, it's been a bastardized franchise. So we'll see. That is a possibility, though. Scott Edwards, I was just going to say he wants to make epic series DC content, no silly, stupid stuff like Legends of Tomorrow has been doing. Yeah, listen, they want to see Superman in an epic movie. They want to see Batman in an epic movie. They want to see Wonder Woman in an epic movie. They want to do the best Wonder Woman, Batman, and Superman stories they can. But will they still have all these different universes? I'm not so sure. Carl Williams, will they announce new DC movies at May the 18th? I think it's unlikely that they announce movies, but I think they'll announce their new structure of running the company and definitely running their different IPs like Harry Potter and DC. But maybe they will, but I think it's unlikely. Balconator, the Batman is the smoother and understandable way to go off. If you want to start a new DCEU, if they could continue the DCEU, it's really going to confuse other people with the controversy and other stuff. Exactly. That's why I think it's problematic. Fidel Leon Gomez, no Hamada done. His projects are cancelled. Pay attention. Wonder Twins was the first sign. Oh, definitely. I agree. Hamada's gone. Hamada's gone. I can't wait till they announce it. The day they announce it, I'm going live. Even if I'm not wearing anything, I'm going live. But yeah, I think Hamada's done. I think that's obvious because he has to get the blame for what's happened since Snyder's left. The people who brought Snyder in are pretty much gone now anyway. But that plaster can't be put back on again. Villager, Hamada, your time is up. Yeah, I think so. I think his time is up. Fidel Leon Gomez, more announcements soon. I think so. I think this is just the calm before the storm. It will be a great time with Doctor Strange out for them to make some huge announcements because Doctor Strange does sound like a bit of a mid-movie as well. I think Doctor Strange will definitely have a huge opening, but if people see this as too mid, maybe the drop-off will be huge. Balcones, I hope they announce the new DCEU future structure on May the 18th. Yes, so do I. I think they need to. They need to. We need to know what's going on. Nobody really knows what's going on with this franchise. We've had delays. It's suspicious. We've got the Flash movie director not coming out, not speaking out. You know, you had James Wan at CinemaCon. Andy Muschietti wasn't there. No explanation for why he wasn't there. It's really odd. It looks like there is a bloodbath, and this could have something to do with that bloodbath. I think David Zaslav has got a tight grip on that axe. Villager, the box office for Marvel movies are starting to be underwhelming, even if they're still making money. But super. If Zack doesn't come back for more Snyderverse, I hope we'll someday return for another graphic novel adaptation. But super. Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. I don't. I think we're just going to have to wait and see. I do think people are going to get excited. I think this is something exciting now. They were green-lighting mid-characters constantly, right? I think you can forget about Black Canary, that on HBO Max. You can forget about that one. You can forget all about these offshoots. They're just not interested. At this moment in time, they are only interested. All you're going to see is Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman. That's all they're interested. That's why the Batman sequel was announced in front of a big, worldwide audience at CinemaCon. That's why they waited, because Batman is important. Fidel Leon Gomez, the only Marvel movie or TV show I want is Captain Carter. Fidel Leon Gomez, Zack Snyder comics are coming. Villager, this merger is a blessing. Carl Williams, so no more Harley Quinn. That's an interesting one, isn't it? Well, Margot made an interesting statement during the marketing of the Suicide Squad, and she said that Harley Quinn will be taking a break. She then came back when she got some real blowback for it and said something else. But it looks like we won't be seeing Harley Quinn played by anyone for a while, and maybe she actually does need a rest. Fidelio Gomez, Justice You Arrow spin-off will be cancelled. Yes, that's an interesting one, isn't it? Bat Super Zach said last year that he would like to do a full adaptation of The Dark Knight Returns. Yeah, Zach says a lot, doesn't he? Balconator, if we get a new DCEU, does this mean future DC projects like Blue Beetle will be cancelled? Well, this is an interesting one because it's in production now. They're making that movie. It's absolutely insane. So we'll have to wait and see what happens there. Fidel Leon Gomez, Margot coming back for Deadshot. Villager, I don't care about Harley Quinn. Can't wait for that Barbie movie, though. Margot looks amazing. Well, at least someone's going to go and watch it, eh, Villager? Barbie isn't a recognisable character. She hasn't been a recognisable character for 20 years. But hey, Margot, feminist Barbie movie. Good luck to you. You're going to need it. You're going to embarrass that great director and those great actors. But good luck with that. So that's really all I wanted to talk about today. The fact that they're interested in focusing on Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman, and why? Because they're recognisable IPs and they can bring in a huge audience. How they do this, what they do with the rest of the universes, remains to be seen. It's a bit of a mess at the moment. Nobody knows what's going on, but they will be making announcements on May the 18th. That will be a huge day. Nobody really knows exactly what they're planning. Nobody. Villager Lol. Bat Super, I hope that he gets to do that movie someday in the future. Fidel Leon Gomez, Aircut coming this year, and Aries doing Deadshot. James Gunn is drop. Remember, he said recently he's not working on anything DC or Marvel. I heard Peacemaker isn't getting a season 2, cancelled. He said he's not working on anything that he's not working on already. He was very clever how he answered it. Villager, so Peacemaker season 2 will be cancelled. Nobody knows that. At the moment, it's not cancelled, so I'm not going to say that it is cancelled. Now, if Fidel knows something, then that's great, but I'm not going to take that as read because there's no official statements and there's no way I can qualify those statements. So at the moment, hold your horses. Nothing's cancelled. Fidel Leon Gomez, you heard it from me first. Well, you'll definitely get the credit when and if it's confirmed. Fidel Leon Gomez, remember me? I will. Remember me. I am the one. Remember me. Remember me. I am the one who beats in your heart. So yeah, anyway, we're going to remember Fidel Leon Gomez. But yes, we are getting a big change at DC live action. But before I go, one thing's for sure. Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman will be the focus. This has been the DCEU Daily with me, Mick, your host with the most. Just ask your girlfriends and your wives, please like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you never miss this beautiful perfection. And I'll see you tonight for Movies TV Mad Live. I wonder what we'll get to talk about, if there's any breaking news in the DC live action universe or in the world of entertainment to talk about and feed off of tonight. I hope so. Until we see each other again, goodbye, au revoir. Alfie the same. Balconator, the current DCU should have copied the structure of the DCAMU. That would have been great. That's why they should have brought in Bruce Timm in the first place. See you tonight. Bye for now.